Westlake, Florida is one of the newest cities in Palm Beach County. And because of that, it's not for everyone. But for the right buyer, it actually solves a lot of problems people don't expect. Today I want to walk you through who Westlake is really a good fit for and who should think twice before buying here. I'm Linda Brennan, a local real estate agent here in Palm Beach County. I work with a lot of buyers who are relocating or trying to decide which lifestyle really fits them best. This video is not about selling Westlake, it's about helping you decide if it fits your new life now or where you see yourself going in the future. One of the biggest advantages of Westlake is that it is new construction. And in Florida, that really matters. Westlake began building around 2017, which means these homes were built with some of the most up-to-date Florida building codes. That's really important for homeowners insurance. Homes built under newer codes typically qualify for better insurance rates because they meet modern hurricane and wind standards. As building codes change over time, older homes don't always receive the same level of insurance credits. This is where a wind mitigation comes in. A wind mitigation inspection documents the hurricane protection features of a home. Things like roof shape, roof-to-wall attachment, and impact-rated windows or shutters. Newer homes generally receive more wind mitigation credits, which can significantly reduce insurance premiums. In addition to insurance, these homes are also more energy efficient, from construction methods to materials and systems, which often mean lower utility costs compared to older resale homes in surrounding areas. For many buyers, that creates a more predictable monthly expenses and long-term peace of mind. Westlake works especially well for people who work from home or don't have a daily commute. So if you're not battling rush hour traffic every day, the location becomes very manageable. Your home becomes your hub. If you have the ability to come and go as you please and are not subject to a 9-to-5 schedule, this can be a huge advantage. The roads and traffic here are much more manageable when you're not traveling during peak commute times. Because of that flexibility, Westlake can offer a much simpler day-to-day lifestyle if the commute isn't part of your equation. Everything seems more organized, and over time, shopping, schools, services, and community events are designed to be close by. Less running around, more structure. For the right buyer, that simplicity is a big win. This is also why Westlake can be a great fit for homeschooling families or households with flexible schedules. Palm Beach County continues to be one of the strongest areas in Florida for homeschooling families. Florida is consistently ranked as one of the top states in the country for education freedom, with very few restrictions and a wide range of learning options. Families here also have access to strong virtual and hybrid programs, including options like Palm Beach Virtual School, which is highly regarded throughout the state. When your day isn't built around traditional commute times, the structure and layout of Westlake really support that lifestyle. Safety, walkability, and planned neighborhoods matter more when home life and daily life are closely connected. For many homeschooling families, it's about having the flexibility without feeling isolated, and that balance works well here. Now, when you zoom out, this is where Westlake becomes especially unique. The city is literally being built around the people who already live there. Commercial areas, community events, and overall structure are still forming while the residents are part of the daily life here. This means that residents have a real influence on what this town becomes. Some people really love that, especially families with small business owners who want to grow alongside the community that is still taking shape. Florida continues to be one of the most business-friendly states in the country, and for some people, being part of an emerging town creates long-term opportunity and visibility. If owning a business or exploring commercial space is part of your plan, that's something I can help guide you with, so your home and your business work together. What surprises many people is how close Westlake is to true country living and farm life. You can live in a planned community and still be minutes from horseback riding, local farms, outdoor activities, and family experiences like Lion Country Safari. It's a unique blend of planned development with rural experiences right around you. Now, everything I've shared works really right for the right buyer, But Westlake is not for everyone. So if you need land and space for multiple vehicles, enjoy throwing big parties, maybe loud music, or want the freedom to use your property without many restrictions, Westlake may feel limiting. This is a planned community with a homeowners association, often called an HOA. An HOA has a set list of rules and guidelines that are designed to keep the community looking consistent and running smoothly. For some people, that structure is positive, but for others, it can feel restrictive, especially when it comes to the size of gatherings, noise levels, and parking availability. Large parties might be limited, guest parking can be regulated, and certain activities may require association approval. So that structure works beautifully for some lifestyles and not so much for others. And this is Florida, so boats and horses come up naturally. If you want to keep a boat, an RV, trailer, work vehicle, or even a horse on your property, Westlake isn't designed for that. Now there are options. You could board your horse at a local barn. You can store a boat at an off-site storage yard or a marina, but those options add monthly expenses, travel time, and coordination. In areas like the acreage, you can keep those things at home in your backyard, which gives you more flexibility and often saves you money. Even if you don't have a boat or a horse today, it's worth thinking about whether you might want that option in the future. Also, if you commute every day and long drives stress you out, Westlake requires some honest consideration. You need to be prepared to build extra travel time into your schedule, and Florida is a very outdoor-oriented state with activities you can enjoy all year round: sports, recreation, events, and time spent outside with family and friends. For families with younger kids who have activities outside the immediate area, that travel time can add up quickly. Sometimes that could cut into quality family time and those everyday moments that matter the most. It's not a deal breaker, but it's something to think about when balancing schedules, activities, and how you want to spend your time. If being close to the beach is really important to you, Westlake is going to feel far. Lake Worth Beach is about 45 minutes, and Jupiter Beach is about 45 minutes. Now you can go to Palm Beach, which is doable, about 30 minutes, but parking is typically around $5 an hour. Most people who live here plan to go to the beach for the day rather than a trip here and there. So if going to the beach several times a week is important to you, that drive and planning can start to feel overwhelming, or at least like more effort than you really want long term. It's not about whether the beach is accessible, it's about how often you want to go and how easy that fits into your regular routine. Now, if you're someone who likes to think ahead and visualize your next step, this is really important to consider. If you walk into a room and you think, if only I could move that wall, or one day I might want a little more space and to add on to my home and make this room bigger, well, Westlake might not be the right fit for you. In Westlake, what you buy is what you live in. You can't expand your living space, add a barn, or an additional structure later on. In areas like the acreage and some in Wellington, you have the ability to grow over time. And into your home, you can build a garage or change how your property functions as your life evolves. It's really about how you see your future and whether flexibility matters to you. Most homes in Westlake are built using a zero lot line design. That means that homes are closer together and your neighbor is right next to you. You're not looking directly into each other's windows, but you are going to see each other coming and going, unloading groceries, or heading out for the day. For many people, that connected neighborhood feel is part of the appeal. But if you're someone who prefers just a little more space or doesn't love the idea of saying good morning every time you pull into your driveway, this may not be the right fit for you. There are sections of Westlake with larger lots, but overall, this is a more connected, community-oriented environment, not wide open property living. So if space and separation matter to you, it may be worth exploring other areas with larger land footprints. The neighborhoods in Westlake are gated, and for many people, that's actually one of the reasons they choose to live here. Gated communities offer a sense of privacy, order, and added security. That said, gated living does come with restricted access. Friends and families or service providers usually need your gate code to be added to your list, or have to call from the gate to get permission to enter. If you have friends who like to pop by unexpectedly, or you don't want to have to worry about missing someone at the gate, that loss of spontaneity can feel limiting. Gated living works very well for people who like the structure and controlled access. But if open access and flexibility matter to you more, this is something you'll want to think through carefully. None of these things are deal breakers unless they matter to you. Westlake is a great fit for buyers who want structure, simplicity, and a growing community. And it's not a great fit for people who need space, flexibility, and fewer rules. The most important thing to understand is how you live now might not be how you want to live in 5 or even 10 years from now. So if you're trying to decide whether Westlake fits your lifestyle, or you're comparing it to Wellington, Loxahatchee, or other parts of Palm Beach County, I'm always happy to help you sort that out. Sometimes clarity matters more than speed. So thanks for watching, and I hope I get to talk to you soon.